and then like the weird threads, yeah. I can't. You want to go? Oh, you want to
Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Everyone pledge allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Here.
Mr. Cora?
Present.
Mrs. Rory? Here. Mr. Ollinger? Mr. Montani? Here. Mrs. Sexton? Here. Mrs. Trainer? Here. Ms. Heath? Here. And Dr. Mary Love.
First off, we'd like to thank everybody for coming here this evening, and we don't.
Your financial struggles, is this truly necessary? For years, we've seen financial mismanagement, but never before have we seen cuts of this magnitude. The fact that our district has reached this point is a reflection of failed leadership and poor decision-making.
Hi, my name is Gwen Horzempa. I live on 35 Stancy Road, and I'm commenting on agenda items.
Excuse me, what's your first name? I'm sorry.
Gwen.
Thank you.
So, as I said, my name is Gwen Horzempa, and I graduated from Chartiers Valley in 2024. But right now, I'm a sophomore studying data science at West Liberty University. And I was able to do this because of all of the college credit I was able to. On top of that, I was awarded a full ride scholarship to West Liberty, again, because of the classes I was able to take here and the personal attention from my teachers. And I know I was not the only student here who shaved a year off their graduation date, was awarded a full ride, or other thousands of dollars in academic scholarships to their chosen institutions. And this is due to the variety of electives offered here at CB. However, nobody knew about my award without me telling them. There were no congratulations from the administration. No posts were made on social media. I was awarded $125,000 because of my time at Chartiers Valley, and apparently nobody from the district seemed to care. And unsurprisingly, there were seldom announcements made from my classmates for their academic scholarships either. This made me think. In recent years, Chartiers Valley School District has been more focused on vanity than scholarship. Why would we need a new stadium twice, or window decals, or a horse statue for the betterment of academics? In fact, the money put into these projects are actively taking away from the education here. A robust and valuable education involves various elective classes. From the College Board, quote, taking electives is an ideal way to challenge yourself and stay motivated throughout high school. You may even discover a new talent or interest. And because of classes such as AP Macro, screenplay writing, metal shop, psychology, students here are able to explore various fields of academia to jumpstart their career. Chartiers Valley is unique in this aspect, as the students are at an advantage to be able to take these classes. Also, electives can give students a break. These classes are more likely to be the ones that students look forward to because they chose it. According to a study conducted by Heather Wolpert-Garon, an award-winning middle school teacher, this choice, quote, has also been linked to increases in student effort, task performance, and subsequent learning. Electives develop further learning as students will be more engaged in classes that they look forward to. Without classes like AP Microeconomics, Engineering, Creative Writing, Cooking, Painting, and German, students will go throughout their days at school unmotivated and unengaged. The beauty of this school district is the choice it gives students so they can find something they want to do as a career. After all, isn't high school supposed to be preparing us for a job? I am heartbroken that Chartiers Valley is in jeopardy of losing these classes that made the district so special to me and many of my peers. And out of these classes, I took AP Macro. And I decided to take this class to learn more about the world that I live in, and I'm eternally grateful for that decision. Economics is an important part of American society and foreign policy. In that class, I was able to learn about concepts such as unemployment and debt. In other words, we learned how government organizations should responsibly spend their money. And maybe if more people would have taken that class, we wouldn't be in the mess we're in now. The self-made millionaire is rare. Most success is built on the backs of teachers, educators, coaches, school staff, bus drivers, and communities. Without these people, the Chartiers Valley School District would lose its spark. It would lose the amazing educational opportunities that made it so special. And I just want to say thank you to all the teachers and staff here today, because without you, I wouldn't have the passion to speak here as well as the knowledge you've provided me with.
Miss, I'm going to have to ask you just to wrap it up. You're a pastor for your
Of course. Without you, I wouldn't have the passion to speak here as well as the knowledge you provided me with. And I'm sure I'm not the only person here that has been affected in this way. Our education should not be sacrificed because of certain financial decisions. Our education should be the #1 priority. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Marianne Fox. I live at 305 Greenfield Drive in Collier Township, and I am also speaking to agenda item 8.2. But before I do that, I don't know about you, but I am super impressed by our about what they believe. I am utterly disappointed at the elimination of several popular courses, including several AP courses and a college and high school course, as well as an innovative program that CV has been known for, the biomed program. So these very courses are ones that our students need to compete academically. You want us to be compared to our neighboring schools, which are on these very walls. However, by eliminating these courses, you're putting us at the bottom of the barrel. You're ruining their chances to compete for these top schools, like the one that my daughter is in Indiana University of Bloomington, a top school for psychology, where her fire was lit by the same people that these young people are talking about in her AP psychology class. I just cannot figure out how these courses came to be on the chopping block. It can't be because of low enrollment. It must just be because the teachers are those who are either retiring or being furloughed. However, other than German and home economics and shop courses, the other courses like economics and psychology and biomedicine, they don't need a special certification. Surely we have social studies teachers and business teachers and science certified teachers in order to teach these highly popular and important courses. Dr. Sable, my son is a junior, and he firmly believes that you honestly care about the students in this high school and this district. I am pleading with you personally to work with Dr. McDonough to allow students to register for these courses. And I am also asking you to please figure out how these courses can still be offered so that our students can succeed. And I am also pleading with every single member of this board. Please, please think about our children. Our children. They deserve better. They deserve the best. And that is what your charge is supposed to be. To deserve and to provide the best for our children. Thank you.
Good evening. Thomas Rubritz, 352 Vanadium Road, Scott Township. Commenting on 2 agenda items tonight. First is agenda item 8.2, the high school program of studies. I'll make it short and sweet. I can't believe the amount of students and young people that are here standing up for what they believe in. And when asked, where were you the night that your basketball team played a state playoff game? These fine students are going to say, I was at the school board meeting fighting for my education. Yep. The decisions that have led to this program of studies being offered has honestly made teenagers cry. Just think about that for a second. Next is agenda item 11.6. Agenda item 11.6 states, in part, approve the analysis and report for a comprehensive route assessment and optimization. There is no additional information as to what is potentially being assessed and optimized, no PDFs, no description. If the school district is going to be potentially spending this or any amount of money, myself and many more of your constituents have continuously asked for transparency. What is being routed here? Here's some things that just come to mind that are routed and could be assessed in relation to a school district. Does it have to do with the routing of network and Wi-Fi traffic? Does it have to do with the routing and ordering and delivery of cafeteria supplies? Could it possibly have to do with the routing of the arrival and dismissal traffic flow? What about the routing of seating of students and their families at graduation? Or the obvious answer, the school buses. I'm sure that students here can attest, if I drop this piece of just some thoughts on you, that an ounce of context can expand to a gallon of knowledge. I ask that someone, either now or when we are at agenda item 11.6, provide context as to what exactly is being done here, and for the start of and continued awareness that transparency be provided to the residents, students, taxpayers, and employees of the Chartiers Valley School District. Thank you for your time.
Hello, I am Lauren Hartz, and I live at 1138 Meadowlark Drive in Scott Township. I'm a licensed professional counselor, and I've worked in the mental health field for almost 20 years, and I own a local group private practice. A few months ago, a Chartiers Valley High School student reached out to me and asked if I would complete a survey for her AP psychology class, which focused on professionals treating individuals with ADHD. This is a specialty of mine that I feel passionate about, and I was eager to participate. I opted for a brief phone call to follow and spoke with the student about a month ago. Our brief phone call turned into a 20-minute discussion about my experience in treating individuals with ADHD, and the questions that she asked demonstrated how much information she had gathered, her insightfulness, and her curiosity about the topic. I felt inspired, as I often do, when I talk with this generation who are in college and high school age. The days when preteens, teens, and young adults are limited to learning information from their parents and adult family members are gone. They have exposure to so much information, and the thoughtfulness that they display is incredible to witness. They collect data in ways that were not possible when many of us were their age and could come up with their own opinions. An important part of this learning involves teaching them to engage in critical thinking. Mr. Brodsky, I know that you believe that only 6 of you and Dr. Castagna are able to do that, but I would disagree. I understand that you are preparing to discontinue the psychology and economics courses in high school. This is deeply concerning for many reasons. First of which, and what other people have communicated, is that you're putting college-bound students at a disadvantage if they cannot participate in these courses, and it makes them less competitive with their peers in getting into colleges. A lot of parents, students, community will voice their concerns about this, and I fully support that. Our school ranking is not great at all. You are investing in programs to improve this, but cutting classes that contribute to providing a well-rounded education to your students. But I would like to speak for the students who aren't necessarily planning to attend college and who may not eventually get the opportunity to take classes like that. A student taking an economics class in high school could leave with very valuable life skills like learning budgeting, understanding market dynamics, making informed financial decisions, and critical thinking. Sure, it's important for a student who wants to enter a related field professionally to have exposure to this prior to committing to a major in college, but what about students who are not going to go to college? Shouldn't they have some basic level of this skill set upon high school graduation? Or do you prefer that they learn from their parents who may also not be well informed in these areas? I know my time is almost up. I want to say the same about psychology classes. Of course, it's really important for somebody going into psychology, education, medicine to have exposure to psychology classes. provide a deeper understanding of human behavior, can improve interpersonal skills, enhance critical thinking, boost self-awareness, all of those things. Is this not important to all of you? Are you paying attention to what is happening in our country? Does it seem like that these two areas in particular would be worth investing in so that we can see improvements in people's understanding of economics and psychology at a local and federal level? And I'll stop there because I know my time is. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rich Poplawski, 609 Elm Street, Bridgeville. I guess I'm touching on 8.2 and 11.6, but the students did such a good job, they can speak better than I can at any time. The classes, one of them is biomed. My daughter is in her second year of biomed. It's the first time I really saw her cry about a class that it's not going to be continued. She has to get 3 years in. She won't be able to. It's going to continue for the fourth. So I'm hurt to see my daughter cry. And I remember a lady over here talk, disdain begets disdain. It's really hard not to have disdain for you guys through what's going on. And I'm trying. I'm really trying, but it's not. You are destroying the fabric of this community. I have a rental property in Bridgeville. Came up. I got a question, what school district? They flat out denied it because of what is going on with this school district in the news. They said they found a place in South Fayette with a better district. So it's happening. You're already making people not choose to live here. I mean, I don't know what to say. With all the programs you're cutting, you know, I moved to CV because I couldn't afford Catholic school where I went, and CV was a good school. It isn't anymore. I keep waiting for the new logo, Woodland Hills of South Hills, to appear in places, because that is what we're becoming. There's no doubt about it. You're getting rid of German in the class. I don't think German's going to be gone, because we saw how your Gestapo acted at the last meeting. The solicitor, you guys are running out trying to get an email student. German lives long at CV or Woodland Hills of the South Hills. Then it comes to this assessment, which everyone ever watched Saturday Night Live and see the church lady? It's like, I was like, well, isn't that special? You're going to add more money to a study when we should be in a freeze, but you're cutting these classes, but you haven't decided if we're going to keep our transportation department. But let's assess it, and you leave families, like my family, who works for the garage, my daughter who goes to the school, you leave us hanging, knowing that we know where our future is, but have no trouble spending money. So at least we'll have stormtroopers and Gestapo running our hall, but you know, we won't have kids getting a good education. You have begun the process which you cannot come back from. You are destroying Chartiers Valley. The six cabal people up here and their dear leader, that's what you're turning us into. Thank you.
So, yeah, disdain begets disdain.
It's hard. It's hard when that's all you get.
It's real hard, and this is what we look like. And so, when you guys speak, and somebody says they just finished here and got 4 years, unbelievable. You are the exception. Because what's happened here in the last 4 years is tragic. And for you that are seniors, it's your 4 years. I'm gonna bust two myths tonight. The first one's right now, the second one's at the end of the meeting. The first one's tied to 8.2. The myth I'm gonna bust is this was unforeseeable. This was absolutely foreseeable. 100%, right? So how does that happen? The fate was sealed in the collective bargaining agreement. Why is that true? Because the union negotiates on behalf of teachers, and they negotiate a collective bargaining agreement that sets in place a series of increases to salaries and benefits. They have responsibility for raising taxes once a year. You cannot balance this budget and ever be over in a year, because you can't go back to the well. You get one shot at the well. We're the well. The well spends $23,000 per student per year on your education. Just sit there for a minute and think about that number. So when you stand up, I'm in awe. The money was well spent. Really well spent. But to think that somehow when our costs increase like this, and our revenues increase like this, it starts out little. You only see little increases in those bars, right? But every year, it gets bigger, and it gets bigger, and it gets bigger. In the last 2 years, because we didn't raise taxes, and we have a collective bargaining agreement that increases $3.5 million every year, $10.6 million, we are to the negative, just like that. They have, at their disposal, a discretionary budget every year that's $2.5 million. Paper, pencils. Their discretionary spend is $2.5 million a year. The math doesn't work. 5 of them ran on no new taxes. Why? Because, and Mr. Chor is the best person in the room to speak to you on his constituents for 30 some odd years that have voted him in to do one thing, and that's protect their money. The seniors who live in our district, they're fixed income. They cannot afford to continue to pay every year for this. Why? Because their home values don't increase. They get zero appreciation. So I understand being really frustrated and disappointed in which classes are cut. And those classes come with teachers who are furloughed. I grieve with you, but it was absolutely preordained. This is not of their individual doing, but everybody has to be part of the